Good morning, students. Welcome back to online class. I am very happy to meet you in this session. How are you, students? I hope you all are fine and safe by the grace of God. Students, now we are learning economics part, is it? From economics part, we are learning economics lesson 3, food security and nutrition, is it? In the beginning of this class, we can recollect few important points about previous class portion. Okay, students, in the previous class, in that lesson, which are the topic we learned, have you remember? We learned about meaning and definition of food security, basic components food and nutrition security, availability and access to food grains. These are the things we discussed in previous class, is it? First of all, I am going to recollect few important points about that particular topics. Okay, students, first we learned about the meaning of food. What is meant by food? Very good. Food is defined as any substances that people eat and drink to maintain life and growth. Is it? Then we learned about the meaning of food security. What is meant by food security? Excellent. Food security defines a person's ability to eat enough, stay active, and lead a healthy life. Is it? Then next we learned about the definition of food security. Who gave the definition of food security? Very good. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization give the definition of food security. Is it? Students, what is the definition of food security? Very good. When all people at all times have physical, social and economic access to sufficient, safe and nutrient food which meets their dietary needs and food performance for an active and healthy life is food security. Is it? It is the definition of food security. Is it, students? Then next we learned about basic components of food and nutrition security. Is it? Students, how many basic components are there? There are three basic components. Is it? The first one is availability of food. The second one is access to food. And the third one is absorption of food. Is it? Availability of food, that means it is the physical availability of food stocks in desired quantities, which is a function of domestic production. It changes in stocks and imports. Is it? Then access of food means it is the purchasing power. Access of food means the purchasing power. That means it is closely linked with capabilities and employment opportunities to earn. Is it? Then the third one is absorption of food. That means it is the ability to biologically utilize the food consumed. Is it? These are the things we learned in basic components of food and nutritious security. Is it? Then next we learned about the availability and access to food grains. Is it? Availability and access, that means it is not only food security for people in a country, and also it is ability to people to purchase the food and to stay in healthy environment. Is it? Then the growth in food grains production was made possible by the HIV program. That means for the purpose of growing production, our government implemented HIV program. That means high yielding variety. High yielding varieties of variety seeds of wheat, rice, cereals were provided for the farmers. Through that ways, the farmers are increased their production. Is it? So, and also the government supported the farmers through MSP. They wanted to support the farmers, so the government implemented MSP. MSP means minimum support price. Is it? The farmers harvested the grains through FCI. FCI means Food Corporation of India. That FCI built some of the grounds and buffer stock to stock the harvesting food grains. Okay. Then the government supported the farmers through the minimum support price. Is it? As the result, the production were increased. That means through showing some of the techniques, invention of some of the things, fertilizers, then pesticides, through irrigation system. These are the methods the production were increased, is it? These are the things we learned in the previous class. Okay, students. Now let us come forward to today's class. Okay, now let us come forward to today's class. Today I am going to explain PDS. PDS means Public Distribution System. Listen, students. Now I am going to explain PDS. PDS means Public Distribution System. Okay. First of all, I am going to explain about PDS. First of all, I am going to explain about PDS. That means Public Distribution System. Okay. PDS is a government-sponsored chain of shops entrusted with the work of distributing basic food and non-food commodities to the needy sections of the society at very cheap prices. Listen very careful, students. PDS is a government-sponsored chain of shops. It entrusted with the work of distributing basic food and non-food commodities to the needy sections of the society at very cheap prices. Okay. In India, Tamil Nadu has adopted an universal PDS and the rest of the states in India has a targeted PDS. Listen very careful, students. There are two types of PDS, universal PDS and targeted PDS. Okay, Tamil Nadu has adopted universal PDS. Rest of the states in India had a targeted PDS. Okay, now listen here. Universal PDS. Universal PDS means to distributing essential commodities at a subsidized rate and a price. Listen very careful, students. Universal PDS means to distributing essential commodities at a subsidized rate and a price. Then targeted PDS. Targeted PDS means to provide subsidized food to the poor through network of ration shop. Listen very careful, students. In India, there are two types of PDS. Is it universal PDS and targeted PDS? Tamil Nadu adopted universal PDS. Rest of the states are adopted targeted PDS. Is it? Universal PDS means to distributing essential commodities at a subsidized rate and a price. But targeted PDS means to provide subsidized food to the poor people through network of ration shop. Okay. Under universal PDS, all the family ration card holders are entitled to the supplies from PDS. Under universal PDS, all the family ration card holders are entitled to the supplies from PDS. In the targeted PDS, the beneficiaries are identified based on certain criteria and given their entitlements, leaving out of the rest. Listen very careful, students. Under universal PDS, all the family ration card holders are getting supplies from PDS. But in the targeted PDS, the beneficiaries, that means a person who gains something, okay, that particular person's alone, they are getting benefits through PDS. Okay, then the union and the state government subsidized the supplies distributed through PDS. The union and state government subsidize the supplies distributed to PDS. The level and quantum of subsidy is differ from one state to other state. Okay. Then NFSA was passed by Indian Parliament in the year 2013. NFSA means National Food Security Act. The National Food Security Act was passed by Indian Parliament in the year 2013. Okay. Then this NFSA covers 50% of urban householders and 75% of rural householders. Listen very careful, students. The NFSA covers 50% of urban householders and 75% of rural householders. Okay. These householders are known as priority householders. These householders are known as superiority householders. Superiority means more important than somebody. Superiority means more important than somebody. Okay, that means selected people. That means the poor people, they get the food supply through PDS. Okay, then the union government supplies rice at the rate of 3 per kg, wheat at the rate of 2 per kg, millets at the rate of rupees 1 per kg under NFSA. Listen very careful, students. The union government supplies rice at the rate of 3 per kg. Okay, per kg 3 rupees. Wheat at the rate of rupees 2 per kg and millets at the rate of rupees 1 per kg. Okay, that means National Food Security, through National Food Security Act, they are providing these rice, wheat and millets. Okay, then our Tamil Nadu government follow universal PDS. It supplies rice at free of cost to all ration card holders. Listen very careful, students. Our Tamil Nadu government follow universal PDS, is it? So through universal PDS, it supplies rice of free of cost to all ration card holders. Okay, in India, the National Food Security Act was passed in 1st November 2016. Okay, in Tamil Nadu, not India. In Tamil Nadu, the National Food Security Act was passed in 1st November 2016. Students, listen. In India, the Indian Parliament passed the National Security Act in the year 2013. In Tamil Nadu, the National Food Security Act was passed 1st November 2016. Okay. Then the next one is role of consumer cooperatives in food security. The next one is role of consumer cooperatives in food security. Listen, students, consumer cooperatives play an important role in the supply of quality goods at low rates to common people. Listen, students, consumer cooperatives play an important role in the supply of quality goods at low rates in common people. In India, 3-tier structure of consumer cooperative societies are there. They are Primary Consumer Cooperative Society, Central Consumer Cooperative Society and the State Level Consumer Federation. Listen very careful, students. In India, 3-tier structure of consumer cooperative societies are there. They are Primary Consumer Cooperative Society, Central Consumer Cooperative Society and State Level Consumer Federation. That means cooperative societies. Okay. Then in rural areas, 50,000 village societies are engaged in the distribution of consumer goods. Listen very careful, students. In rural areas, 50,000 village societies were engaged in the distribution of consumer goods. This scheme play an important role in food security in India. In this particular scheme play an important role in food security in India. Okay. For example, in Tamil Nadu, 94% of fair price shops are run by cooperatives. Listen very careful, students. In Tamil Nadu, 94% of fair price shops are run by cooperatives. Okay. Then the next one is buffer stock. The next one is buffer stock. Okay. Buffer stock is the stock of food grains, namely wheat, rice and also these things were procured by the government through the Food Corporation of India. Listen very careful, students. Buffer stock is the stock of food grains, namely wheat and rice, procured means to obtain. Procured means to obtain by the government through the Food Corporation of India. Okay. Then the FCI purchased wheat and rice from the farmers. The FCI, Food Corporation of India, it purchases wheat and rice from the farmers. The farmers are getting a pre-announced price for their crops. Listen very careful, students. The farmers are get a pre-announced price for their crops. This price is called MSP. The farmers get pre-announced price for their crops. This price is called MSP. What is meant by MSP? Very good. MSP means minimum support price. What is meant by MSP? MSP means minimum support price. Okay. Every year before sowing seasons, the government declared to purchase the farmers' production. Every year before sowing season, the government declared to purchase the farmers' production. Then the purchased food grains are stored in granaries. Granaries means a large building for storing grains. Granaries means a large building for storing grains. Can you understand, students? Every year before sowing season, the government declared to purchase the farmers' production. Okay. Then they purchased their production and that particular food grains were stored in granaries. What is meant by granaries? A large building for storing grains. Okay. Then the buffer stock is done to distribute the poorer area at a price lower than market price. That particular stocks, they are stored their grains in granaries, is it? That particular grains were distribute the poorer area at a price lower than market price. Okay, this price is known as issue price. This price is known as issue price. Okay, during the period of calamity, that means during the period of some of the natural calamities or some of the disease like COVID-19, is it? This buffer stock food grains were distributed the people. During the period of some calamities, the buffer stock food grains were distributed the people. Okay. Then the next topic is purchasing power. The next topic is purchasing power. Students, what is meant by purchasing power? Purchasing power is the value of currency or product expressed in terms of the amount of goods or services that one unit of money can buy. Listen very careful, students. What is meant by purchasing power? Purchasing power is the value of currency or product. It expressed in terms of the amount of goods or services that one unit of money can buy. Okay, that means price increase, purchasing power will increase. Okay, can you understand, students? Students, now I am going to explain some of the factors affecting the purchasing power. Some of the factors are affecting the purchasing power. Mainly, 6 factors are affecting the purchasing power. They are overpopulation, increasing prices of essential goods, demand for goods, price of goods affect the value of currency, production and supply of goods, poverty and inequality. Listen very careful, students. Some of the factors are affecting purchasing power. Mainly 6 factors are affecting purchasing power. They are overpopulation, increasing prices of essential goods, demand for goods, price of goods affect the value of currency, production and supply of goods, poverty and inequality. Okay, now I am going to explain one by one. The first one is overpopulation. The first one is overpopulation. Okay, listen here. Large population leads to increase the demand. Larger population leads to increase the demand. That means overpopulation means our demand will increase, is it? So, but supply was not equal to the demand. Because of overpopulation, the demands will increase, but the supply is not equal to the demand. So, normal price will go higher. That means normal price will increase. Because of increasing demand, the supply of demand will not equal. So, normal price will increase. It affects the purchasing power. That means price increase means we cannot buy more goods, is it? It affects the purchasing power. Mostly in rural areas it will happen. Mostly in rural areas it will happen. Then the second one is increasing prices of essential goods. Second one is increasing prices of essential goods. Now listen here, because of the growth of GDP and the growth of Indian economy, the essential goods prices were steadily increased. Listen students, because of the growth of GDP and growth of Indian economy, the essential goods prices were steadily increased. The continuous rise in the prices caused the purchasing power decline and also it affect the poor people. Listen very careful students, because of the growth of GDP and Indian economy, they are increasing the essential goods prices. Okay, this continuous rise of the essential things prices cause the purchasing power decline. Price increase means purchasing power will decline. It affect the poor people. Mostly it affect the poor people. Okay. Then the third one is demand for goods. The third one is demand for goods. Listen students, when the demand will increase, the price also will increase. Listen very careful students, when the demand will increase, price also will increase. So it affect the purchasing power. Listen students, demand increase means price increase. Price increase means purchasing power will affect. Okay. Then the fourth one is price of goods affect the value of currency. Listen very careful students. The fourth factor is price of goods affect the value of currency. That means price increase, purchasing power will decrease. So purchasing power decrease, value of currency also decrease. Listen very careful student. Price increase means purchasing power will decrease, is it? This purchasing power decrease means the value of currency also decrease. Okay. Then the fifth one is production and supply of goods. The fifth one is production and supply of goods. Listen students, production decline means supply of good also will decline. Decline means decrease. Okay. Production decrease means supply of goods also will decline. Is it? Decrease. Is it? Then food supply decrease means the price good will increase. Listen very careful students. Suppose production decrease, that means production decline means supply of goods will decline. Okay. So this food supply decrease means the price also will increase. The price will increase. It also affect the purchasing power. Okay, it also affect the purchasing power. Then the last factor is poverty and inequality. The last one is poverty and inequality. Listen students, in India, the proportion of income owned by 10% of the people. That means in India, most of the economic wealths were taken under the control of 10% of people. It increased the poverty level in the society. The remaining people were get poverty. Okay, it increased the poverty level in the society. So the wealth is distributed unequally, is it? Because 10% of people only get all the proportion income. Okay, so the poverty level of the society will increase. The wealth is distributed unequally, so the poverty and inequality distributing wealth affect the purchasing power. Now listen very careful students. In India, 10% of people own the most of the proportion of income. It affects the society. That means it increases the poverty level of the society. That means the wealth is distributed unequally, is it? So the poverty and unequally distributing wealth affect the purchasing power. This is also one of the important cause of the purchasing power. Okay, can you understand students? Shall we recall the points? Students, in this class we learned about public distribution system and purchasing power. Is it? First we learned about public distribution system. In India, Tamil Nadu has adopted an universal PDS and rest of the states in India had targeted PDS. Is it? There are two types of PDS. Tamil Nadu has universal PDS and rest of the states has targeted PDS. Is it? Universal PDS means to distributing essential commodities at a subsidized rate and a price. Targeted PDS means to provide subsidized food to the poor people through network of the ration shop. Okay, then in the targeted periods, the beneficiaries, that means some of the particular persons, the poor people alone get the benefits, but universal periods, all the family ration card holders are entitled the supplies from PDS. Okay, then our Indian Parliament passed NFSA, is it? Students, in which year our Indian Parliament passed NFSA? Very good. 2013. Is it 2013? Okay. NFSA means the National Food Security Act. Is it the National Food Security Act? Then in Tamil Nadu, the Act was passed in 1st November 2016. Is it in Tamil Nadu? The Act was passed in 1st November 2016. Is it? Then the role of consumer cooperation food security, that means the consumer cooperatives play an important role in the supply of equality goods at low rates to common people. And also in India has 3-tier structure of consumer cooperative societies. Is it? What are they? Very good. The first one is primary consumer cooperative society. The second one is central consumer cooperative society, and the third one is state level consumer cooperative society or federation. Is it? Then, and also in this scheme play an important role in food security in India. For example, in Tamil Nadu, 94% of fair price shops are run by cooperatives. Is it? 94% of the fair price, that means the ration shops are run by cooperatives. Okay. Then next we learned about the buffer stock. Is it? Next we learned about the buffer stocks. What is meant by buffer stocks? Buffer stock is the stock of food grains, namely wheat and rice, it procured by the government through the food corporations of India. Procured means to obtain. Okay, that means every year before sowing season, the government declared to purchase the farmers' production. Then the purchased food grains were stored in granaries. Every year before sowing season, the government declared the purchase the farmers' production. Then the purchased food grains were stored in granaries. Okay, what is meant by granaries, students? Very good. A large building for storing grains. Okay. And also the buffer stock is done to distribute the poorer area at a price lower than market price. Is it? The buffer stock is done to distribute the poorer area at a price lower than market price. Okay. It is known as issue price. What is known as issue price? The buffer stock is done to distribute the poorer area at a price lower than market price. It is known as issue price. Okay. Then next we learned about the purchasing power. Is it? Next you learned about purchasing power. Students, what is meant by purchasing power? Very good. Purchasing power is the value of currency or product. It expressed in terms of the amount of goods or services that one unit of money can buy. Listen very careful, students. What is meant by purchasing power? Purchasing power is the value of currency or product. It expressed in terms of the amount of goods or services that one unit of money can buy. Okay. Then finally we learned about the factors affecting the purchasing power. Is it? Many factors are affecting the purchasing power. Mainly 6 factors are affecting the purchasing power. Is it? What are the 6 factors affecting the purchasing power? Very good. Overpopulation, increasing prices of essential goods, demand for goods, price of goods affect the value of currency, production and supply of goods, poverty and inequality. Is it? These are the factors affecting the purchasing power. Overpopulation, that means because of overpopulation the demand will increase. Is it? So the demand increase means supply is not equal to demand. Is it? So the normal price will increase. It affects the purchasing power. Then increasing prices of essential goods, that means because of growth of GDP and Indian economy, they are increasing the price of essential goods. Okay, so continuous raising of these prices, it causes purchasing power will decline. That means it affects the purchasing power. Mostly it affects the poor people. Mostly it affects the poor people. Then thirdly, demand for goods. That means when the demand increase, the price also will increase. Is it? Demand increase means price also increase. So it also affect the purchasing power. Okay. Then the fourth factor is price of goods affect the value of currency. That means price increase means purchasing power will decrease. Is it? So purchasing power decreasing means the value of currency also decrease. Okay, students. Then the fifth factor is production and supply of goods. Production and supply of goods. That means production decline means supply of goods also will decline. That means low production means supply also will reduce. Is it? Low production means supply also will reduce. The supply decrease means price of goods were increase. It also affects the purchasing power. Then the last factor is poverty and inequality. The last one is poverty and inequality. In India, 10% of people were owned most of the proportion of income. Is it? So it create poverty in the society. Because of unequally distributing the wealth, the poverty will increase and it affect the purchasing power. It also affect the purchasing power. These are the factors affecting the purchasing power. Is it, students? Can you understand? I hope you understood. Students, now you all are take a book. Now you all are take a book. Turn exercise page number 319. Page number 319. Listen, students, that short answers 4 questions are already I gave, and answer in detail also 2 questions I gave. I hope you learned that question answer, students. Those who are did not learn, you should learn that particular question answers. Then today's question answer is answer in detail. Roman number 6, answer in detail. Third question, answer in detail. Third question, elaborate the public distribution system. Elaborate the public distribution system. Page number 313. Page number 313. 313. Public distribution system heading, that fully. Role of consumer cooperative in food security, fully. Buffer stock, one blue color box is there, no? That buffer stock, fully. You should learn. Okay, students. Then the next question, fourth one, what are the factors affecting the purchasing power and explain them. Fourth detail, what are the factors affecting the purchasing power and explain them. Page number 314. Answer is page number 314. Purchasing power heading. Purchasing power heading. Starting to first that definition you want to write. Purchasing power is the value of currency expressed in terms of the amount of goods or services that 1 unit of money can buy. That paragraph you will mark. Then factors affecting the purchasing power heading. That 6 factors. Okay, that 6 factors fully you will mark. That 6 points fully you will mark. Okay, students. The rest of the lesson I will teach the next class. We will meet the next class, students. Thank you.